We're here in Boston Harbor. USS Constitution is behind us. Very special occasion today. We just did a turnaround run on the ship. We're visiting, honoring two special occasions today, and one of them, of course, is the anniversary of D-Day, and we're joined by a very special 103-year-old veteran, Army veteran, Caster Salemi. Caster, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Caster is a DAV Life member. How long have you been a DAV Life member?
At least 35 years.
At least 35 years, joined in the 70s.
Possibly more.
Or over 40 years, past chapter commander, correct?
Yes, chapter 56. I'm now a member of chapter 90 in Norwood.
Great.
Yeah.
Sir, World War II veteran, can you tell us a little bit about your military service?
Yeah, I tried to enlist in the Army, I mean Navy. They wouldn't take me. They said I was colorblind. And so 2 years later, I got drafted, and I was in 1943. I was inducted into the Army.
Inducted in the United States Army. Good times, right?
Yep.
Took you to a fancy place for training. Where did you go?
Paris, Texas.
Oh, it was great until you said Texas.
It was awful. The chickens will eat you alive.
Well, training. What were you going to do for the Army?
I was responsible for establishing communication between the firing batteries and headquarters. Now, radios did not work in the jungles of New Guinea or the Philippines, so we had to use hard wire.
So we're marking the anniversary of D-Day, and D-Day, of course, the Europe. Most people think of D-Day in Europe, but every battle where we did an invasion, there was a D-Day. There was
Yes.
a day that it started, and you fought in New Guinea, sir. Can you tell us about New Guinea a little bit?
New Guinea was a surprise. Beyond the 31 days without seeing land, when we reached New Guinea, we issued rations that were given to the British troops, British bully beef from World War I. So we had to live on that for a couple of days until we got sea rations.
So fought there, and then you fought.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Philippines.
Well, it was a very short battle area, and then we helped the Navy unload the ships getting ready for the invasion of the Philippines. So then when we went, it was in January, we made the initial landing on Luzon. And unfortunately, my truck with all the telephone equipment sank in a hole as they were coming off the ship. It sank. So I had to sit on the beach for 3 days until we were given all new equipment.
Wow.
And then we raced toward Manila. And Manila was totally destroyed by that time.
You were talking before about some ammunition that you went through. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh yeah. I had asked the Federal Library, whatever it was, for the daily reports. And they gave me one that said that we fired 30,000 rounds in the Luzon campaign.
30,000 rounds in the Luzon campaign.
105.
105 shells. That's amazing.
Yeah, we lost 10% of our arms. When we had an incoming Japanese shell landed in a foxhole with about 14 guys and killed them all. That was the biggest one-day problem.
You came home in a hospital ship.
Yes, I had contracted jungle rot.
Oh God.
And
Malaria too?
most everybody got malaria. I didn't get malaria, but I did get jungle rot. And I came toward the end of the war, around July and August, it got so bad I could barely walk. So they put me on a hospital ship to go back home. And took 17 days to get home. And while we were on that hospital ship, we hit the typhoon aftermath. and we have 40, 50-foot waves, and I was never so sick in my life. And to this day, I won't go on a ship in the ocean at all.
Yeah.
And then I took me on a hospital train. I went to West Virginia, White Sulphur Springs Hospital, and from there I was sent home, and then I was given my papers, discharged.
All those years ago on this anniversary, do you remember hearing about D-Day in Europe?
Very little. We got since, like I say, the radios didn't work, so any information we got was sent to us by headquarters. So occasionally we got a small one or two sheet memo saying what was going on in the world, but that was it. Actually, we did get the notice that we had dropped an atom bomb, and that was a surprise to us all. We didn't even know what an atom bomb was at that time. And when they finally signed the surrender, we were assigned to gather all the remaining Japanese soldiers, put them on cattle cars and ship them down to Manila where they could be repatriated back to Japan. The women, they didn't let on cattle cars, so I was assigned to take a Japanese nurse back to Manila. She said she spent 12 years during the war, in wartime.
Wow.
Yeah, in China and Philippines.
What brought you into DAV?
Let's see, I think I was reading one of the booklets that you send out each very month. And you made an offer for a lifetime membership for, I forget how much it was. And I said, why not? So I said, I'll join the DAV. And we were a very active group. We all had all full dress uniforms. And all our meetings were all dressed up. And in fact, I have pictures I should show you sometime. And today nobody dresses. And I don't go to DAV meetings anymore because Chapter 90 in Norwood, they hold their meetings on a Saturday.
Oh, so it's hard to...
I have so many other commitments on Saturday.
Well, we're glad you have a full dance card. Thank you for your continued service, your leadership in DAV. We're joined as well by Coleman, DAV's National Senior Vice Commander. Coleman, great day today. What do you think when you meet veterans like Caster?
Oh my God! I mean, my dad was a World War II veteran, so I have a lot of appreciation, and I also understand. My dad was Army too. When I fit a teenage rebellion, I joined the Marine Corps just to tick him off. And what you guys did in combat is amazing. But even more important to me, what you did when you came back, ensuring that you didn't just take off the uniform and put it aside. You stayed there and you kept advocating and you kept fighting. And the benefits that I enjoy today, the benefits that these people coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan enjoy today, was because you guys got in the trenches and forced the government to meet its promises. So thank you very much, sir. Not just for your service to our country in combat, but really for your service to your fellow veterans. Thank you so much.
We used to do a lot in DAV in the early days when I was in Norwood. We used to go to the hospital in Brockton, and we used to serve them dinner and give them things that they needed and we used to get one specific group, the spinal cord injured, the veterans, and we used to take care of them. But I don't see that anymore.
Yeah, they still go. They don't have as many volunteers, but they still go. They do. They just don't have as many people that do it anymore. We got to get more people to do it. Membership's a challenge.
Yeah.
Well, Caster, I mean, it's a great call, I think, for everyone. Get involved. There's so many ways you can help out through DAV. You can honor great leaders like Caster, who joined DAV, had a lot of other things he could do in his life, still has a full dance card.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for your service, your continued service. Thank you, Coleman.
Thank you.
Thank you, DAV.